Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Peace be unto you. Peace to the family of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Peace unto his children. The passing of his wife, she is received with Allah's help. She is certainly received in heaven as an angel, that heaven that consumes all around us, even the atmosphere. And may the message that she left, her example, may the example fall on sisters far and near, for she was certainly a great example of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as it relates to MGT and GCC. And she was a great example unto the likeness of Sister Clara Muhammad. And we give honor and praise unto Sister Khadijah Muhammad Farrakhan. We give honor and praise unto her and are thankful for her life and her times. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I wear this lei adornment in honor of our sister, as I give this time to honor her, as I indeed give this time to honor her. And we are thankful for Sister Khadijah Farrakhan Muhammad, or Sister Khadijah Muhammad Farrakhan. We give thanks and honor. We give thanks and honor for her time. Who is Sister Khadijah Farrakhan? Sister Khadijah Farrakhan was born Bessie Ross, November 26, 1935 to June 27, 1926. We had her to grace our presence, affectionately known within her community as Mother Khadijah. All the brothers and sisters, we know her that way, by that name, and was the wife of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and was widely recognized as the First Lady of the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. For over 7 decades, she served as a matriarch behind the scenes, organizing as an organizer and foundational stabilizing force for both her family and the broader Nation of Islam movement. Beside every great man is a great woman. Early life and conversion, early years in marriage. Born Bessie Ross. In 1935, she married Louis Eugene Walcott, now known as Minister Louis Farrakhan, in Boston on September the 12th, 1953, when she was 17 years old. Embracing Islam in 1955, after Louis Walcott was deeply inspired by his friend and mentor, Minister Malcolm X, who was then the leading minister for the Nation of Islam in Boston. The couple officially joined the movement and embraced Islam together under the leadership of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They eventually shared their birth names and adopted the name Louis and Khadijah Farrakhan. His role in the Nation of Islam. While Minister Farrakhan served as the vocal and public face of the Nation of Islam, Mother Khadijah played a crucial internal role, particularly during the movement's resurrecting in the late 1970s. After Elijah Muhammad's passing in 1975 and the organizational split, Louis Farrakhan decided to rebuild the original Nation of Islam starting around 1977. Served in executive roles during this conversion was the Honorable Mother, Sister Khadijah Farrakhan. This is during the foundational rebuilding period from 1975 to 1977. She served in executive roles, acted as the Rebuild organization's first treasurer and secretary, helping establish its core administration and financial system, shaped women's programs, helped develop the secretarial department, and famously assisted in designing the modest, distinctive uniform worn by the Muslim women in the NOI's MGT GCC, Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. She led humanitarian and fundraising efforts, coordinated internal fundraising, international delegation, and community relief efforts out of their home base at Mosque Miriam in Chicago. Public appearances and advocacy. Although she was generally preferred to stay out of the public spotlight, to focus on institutional and family life, Sister Khadijah Farrakhan stepped onto the national stage for key historical moments. Most notably, 2 years after her husband organized the landmark 1995 Million Man's March in Washington, D.C., she delivered a keynote address at the 1997 Millions Woman March in Philadelphia, addressing hundreds of thousands of Black women. She famously stated, "A nation can rise no higher than its women. We focus on women, but cannot lose sight that we must rise as a family, men, women, and children." Family life and passing. Mother Khadijah and Minister Louis Farrakhan were married 72 years and raised 9 children together, alongside numerous grandchildren and great-grandchildren. The couple endured personal tragedy in their later years, losing 2 of their sons. The eldest son, Louis Farrakhan Jr., died in 2018, and Joshua Farrakhan passed away in 2023. Mother Khadijah Farrakhan passed away on June 27, 2026, at the age of 90 years old. All praises be to Allah, a long life. Following her passing, leaders across the religious, civil rights, and political spectrum honored her as a pillar of strength, dignity, and grace who dedicated her life to her family, faith, and community self-reliance. Sister Khadijah Farrakhan followed in the footsteps of Mother Clara Muhammad, the wife of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Let's understand who Sister Clara is. Mother Clara Muhammad, born Clara Evans, November the 22nd, 1899 to August the 12th, 1972, was the wife of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the foundational matriarch, known as the First Lady of the Nation of Islam as it relates to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. While her husband was the public architect and spiritual leader of the movement, historians widely acknowledge that Mother Clara was the operational structural backbone who kept the Nation of Islam alive during its most critical periods of crisis. She is also remembered as a fearless pioneer of independent Black and Muslim education in America. The early life and journey of Islam, as it relates, and understand that Mother Khadijah has lived a parallel life with Mother Clara Muhammad. Early life and journey to Islam. Southern roots and migration, born Clara Evans in Georgia. She married Elijah Poole, later Elijah Muhammad, in 1919. Like millions of Black Americans during the Great Depression, the young couple relocated to Detroit in 1923, fleeing the racial violence and economic oppression of Jim Crow South. Encountering the teachings in Detroit, Mother Clara was actually among the first of her household to hear Master W. Fard Muhammad and his new teaching. She encouraged her husband to attend a meeting in 1931 an event that completely transformed their lives and led both of them to dedicate themselves to the building of the Nation of Islam, saving the movement. During World War II, in 1942 and 1946, perhaps Mother Clara's most vital historical contribution occurred during World War II, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and scores of male NOI ministers were arrested and imprisoned by the federal government between 1942 and 1946, primarily for refusing the military draft and maintaining anti-war stances. The organization was on the brink of collapse. During these 4 years, Mother Clara Muhammad stepped up to the leadership movement. The communication hub, she visited her husband in federal prison, memorized his instructions, smuggled out written messages, and secretly relayed directives back to the temples across the country. Operational leadership. She managed the organization's finance and coordinated international communication between the scattered branches and held the community together against intense FBI surveillance and harassment. Without her leadership during the vacuum, the NOI likely would not have survived the decade. Pioneer of independent education. Mother Clara Muhammad is famously recognized for revolutionizing educational self-dependence, self-determination, self-independence, self-determination for Black Americans. She fiercely believed that sending Black children to public schools in the 1930s meant subjecting them to overt white supremacy, racial hatred, and inferior resources. Defying the state, in 1934, she pulled her children out of the Detroit public school system to educate them at home. When truant officers and police knocked on the door threatening legal action and the removal of her children, she famously stood her ground at the door, declaring that she would rather die than allow her children to be forcibly subjected to Eurocentric indoctrination. Founding the University of Islam, her homeschool efforts laid the direct foundation for the University of Islam and the Nation of Islam independent elementary through high school educational system. These schools emphasize math, science, astronomy, language arts, Black history, operating independently of state funding or curriculum control. Legacy and the Sister Clara School. Mother Clara and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad raised 8 children together, navigating poverty, constant death threats, and the government scrutiny to build a nationwide religious movement. She passed away on August 12, 1972, 3 years before her husband. You have to see that Mother Khadijah, and the reason I'm reading this is that Mother Khadijah had a great teacher in front of her. She had a great blueprint and design, just like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So she had a great example before her, great example to follow. So we would be remiss if we honored her and didn't honor her example. Following the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's passing in 1975, their son, the chief hypocrite, Waruddin Muhammad, assumed leadership and it transitioned the majority of the organization, not the majority of it, he transitioned some of them, but I'll read this. He transitioned the majority of, they say, the enemy says, majority of the education and the organization to mainstream Orthodox Sunni Islam. In honor of his mother's intense courage and her sacrifice for independent education, he renewed the entire nationwide network of Sister Clara Muhammad's school. Today, many of these parochial Islamic schools still exist across the United States, continuing her education legacy. I want to clarify too that Sister Khadijah was able to reestablish the teachings in the Nation of Islam the way that Sister Clara would have wanted it. So I am thankful for that it was brought back directly to Elijah's design after they were able to regain those people that had left the nation followed Wallace over to Sunni Islam, they were able to get them back and retrain them. Many of them back and retrained them. So Sister Khadijah, Mother Khadijah shares in that legacy. And I would not let the day pass without me honoring her and saying that it's not an easy thing for a sister to have to follow a Muslim man. That is not an easy job. Not an easy job teaching this ministry of separation and living it. It's hard. It's a struggle. And a woman has to be called to that office. She has to be called to that office. So we are thankful. We are thankful. We think of Sister Khadijah and her major contributions. We are certainly thankful. And we will certainly not let this time pass without honoring her. Because she must be honored. Must be honored. And my God, 72 years. She stayed 72 years behind his brother. Kept him strong. Kept him strong because, brothers and sisters, there's something dealing with our people. You got to deal with our people. That's something. But I'm so thankful that she stayed strong. I want to read her major contributions. Once I get her major contributions, after that, we'll certainly close with honor and thanks to our sister. Certainly close with honor and thanks to our sister, because we do thank Allah for her so much. Thank Allah God to her for so much. So we give praise. We give honor and praise to Sister Khadijah. Now, when Minister Louis Farrakhan served as an orator and public face of the Nation of Islam for decades, Sister Khadijah Farrakhan was widely recognized by historians and community members as the institutional architect, financial stabilizer, and matriarch who made his leadership possible. We often see leaders in front of us, we never see the women in their lives. We never see them. And it's on purpose because they have to be protected. You got a lot of people who are opportunists. Did you know the mother of Dr. King was killed and the government intended to get Mother Coretta King, intended to get her, but ended up shooting her mother. She played piano in the church. That's how wicked this world is. And we know that the young guy that was sent out was certainly an agent to kill. So lots of times you didn't see Sister Khadijah because the Muslims, and under the teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, believe that the women must be protected. Must be protected. And they're going in and coming out, and everything they do, they have to have score protection. So I just want to make that plain. Now, we don't see them because they're behind. Her major contributions span administration, leadership, women's empowerment, and grassroots community organization, and she's doing all this out of her home. She co-founded and rebuilt the Nation of Islam from 1977 to 1980 and organized from 1975 after the death of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to the 1980s. And not only that, but farther up, right, to our present time. Following the death of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1975, when his son tried to, Elijah's son, Wallace Wardeen Muhammad, tried to transition the Nation of Islam to make it disappear into Sunni Islam. We have to say this, and this has to be said, is that Sister Khadijah convinced the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan because of his desire to decide to break away and rebuild the original Nation of Islam in 1977. Mother Khadijah was his primary institutional partner. First administrative officers operating initially out of their living room in Chicago. She served as a newly rebuilt organization's first treasurer and secretary. Financial stabilization. She developed in the accounting system, managed income donation, established internal records, funded early travel and publication out of the family resources during the years when the movement had no temples or properties, because Wallace was controlling all of those. So Farrakhan had to get it back, had to buy it back. The operational backbone, without her, the logistical and financial stewardship during the precarious late 1970s vacuum, the modern iteration of the Nation of Islam likely would not have gotten off the ground. These things have to be recognized. She revitalized the MGT and GCC and women development. Okay. Mother Khadijah played a pivotal role in shaping the identity and internal structure of the NOI's women wing. The MGT, GCC, which is the Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. Uniform and design aesthetics. She helped redesign the standards of the modest, distinctive garments worn by the women in the movement, which became an iconic symbol of dignity and religious discipline within the Black community across America once again, just like Mother Clara Muhammad did. Mentorship and educational training. She developed internal curricula and mentorship networks focused on female entrepreneurship, family stability, hygiene, community defense. See that defense, right? Monitoring thousands of women across several generations. Keynote leadership at the 1997 Million Women's March. While she generally preferred behind the scenes organizing to public speaking, her most historical visible contribution occurred October 25th, 1997, at the Million Women's March in Philadelphia, organizing an estimated gathering of 750,000 Black women. Mother Khadijah developed a defining keynote address on the family unity and foundational role of women in community liberation. Her speech solidified her core philosophy. A nation can rise no higher than its women. You can tell the condition of a nation by looking at the woman. We focus on women today, but we cannot lose sight that we must rise as a family of men, women, and children. International diplomacy and humanitarian relief she organized, operating from the movement's national headquarters at Mauricelm-Lei on the south side of Chicago. Mother Khadijah Farrakhan managed the organization's domestic and international outreach programs. Global delegation host, she served as official hostess and cultural diplomat for international delegation, receiving foreign dignitaries, African heads of state, and religious leaders visiting Mauricelm over a span of 40 years. Community relief coordinator. She quietly organized local food drives, prison outreach, family support network, disaster relief aid for marginalized neighborhoods across the south side of Chicago and nationally. So these are things that she must be recognized for. We honor our sister for keeping things going, keeping organization for our women. You know, our women need organization. And you can tell when the sister had to back down from duties, because we had to start encouraging our Muslims, keep your head covered. As you know, some Muslims are rebellious, but we're thankful to Allah God that Sister Khadijah and her assistants were able to retighten and refasten the development and the dressing of the Muslims under the Nation of Islam. We're thankful for that. We thank our sister for all of her hard work. It's not easy. It's not easy dealing with our women. You can deal with our men, but it's not easy dealing with our women. That's not easy. And she stood her ground, stood the test of time to deal with our women. So I wear this lei and I wear this covering for our sister, for our sister. My kufi and my lei, dashigan, for our sister. And the highest honor, this personal tribute that I yield to her and Farrakhan and his family. She would be dearly missed. She showed no partiality between Muslims, and she would certainly be missed. Contribution that she has rendered, there's certainly a loss. Certainly a loss. Certainly a loss. The institutional rebuilding has served as the first Treasury and Secretary. There will certainly be a loss. Where do we go from here, brothers and sisters, after the passing? Our desire and our prayers that brothers and sisters will step up to the plate and become more institutional. Don't forget, we have Brother Silas Muhammad, right? Or Brother Silas Muhammad, as some of you say, and his queen, who are also ready to receive and instruct. And with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad being resurrected, we'll be able to give our sister due honor. And the teachings of Sister Clara be able to give her due honor as we honor her today. I just wanted to bring that before you, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to hold you any longer. I'm thankful to have known Mother Khadijah. I'm very thankful to have known her children. Very thankful that she married Minister Louis Farrakhan. We're thankful, and we're certainly send condolence for your loss. But I didn't say it in the beginning, I said now. Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you, peace be unto the Farrakhan family, peace be unto Muslims under the Nation of Islam, under Farrakhan, under Silas Muhammad, and may we come together, work together. May we band together as God's army against the enemy. Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you.